Welcome back to Yin Yang TK, everyone, and today for the anime watch along we're going to be watching Rurouni Kenshin, and this is a classic anime that has been rebooted and remastered. For those of you that are not familiar, I suggest if you have an opportunity to watch the original series Rurouni Kenshin that was aired in the 1990s, and also if you even have more time, read the manga as well, because it actually goes further in depth and there's actual an ending towards Rurouni Kenshin, because for whatever reason the anime, it kind of was with the manga, but then it kind of strayed away from it. It was its own little different thing, but we're gonna see how this one is gonna be closely following the manga and also doing its kind of uniqueness in the anime, right? And if you even have more time, I actually suggest watching Samurai X, the movie. It basically tells how Rurouni Kenshin got that scar face incident that happened, right? So again, make sure you sync the time of the anime with the time that you see on the bottom left hand on your screen, and let's go for it. Let's watch it together. All right, and already I see blood. Oh my gosh, this is crazy right now, and especially the sword. It's already the Bakumatsu Era, okay? You see a bunch of samurai, and you see a bunch of dead samurai, and then you see Himura with the red hair, with the cross scar cheek, and then he's just slicing and dying. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, it is amazing. It's awesome. You're just seeing a bunch of blood, a bunch of slash, and freaking destruction all over the place. Wow, and this guy just smiles. Oh, we know who that guy is, for those of you that are OG, but for those of you that don't know, he's gonna be a very important figure going forward in the anime. So he says, your lungs are not recovered, I will slay him. Alright, so that's kind of like Homura's rival right there. It's like, oh, he's gonna draw his sword right there. And that technique right there, like, yeah. Captain of the 3rd Unit, Shinsigagumi Haito. Here I come. Hitokiri Battosai. That is awesome. You see that cheek right there? Oh, this is awesome right here. This looks so cool. And let's see this intro too. I want to hear about this. I like that. And you see the X right there. And you see Rurouni Kenshin. That's awesome. I like that. I like the beat right there. Dun 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 dun. And it is really good. I like the glow up, man. The glow up of this anime. And you have a little bit of rap going on right there. And you're kind of seeing like the foreshadowing of the battles, and also the kind of like the nostalgia of the past battles. So it's almost like the battles that were from the past meets what's going to happen in the future. And you see all the skulls right there. Those are the people that he slayed. And for those of you that don't know, maybe like a little history lesson, for those of you that want to learn more about this anime, I highly suggest you read the part of the black ships, Perry ships, Commander Perry, that landed in Tokyo Bay, and that actually forced Japan to open up to the rest of the world. And that actually marked the end of the samurai, because the samurai basically ruled everything in Japan for like basically thousands of years or hundreds of years. And then this is, I like the history lore of Japan with this anime. Episode 1, Kenshin Himura Battosai. So it already starts at nighttime. So I think this is gonna be 11 year of the Meiji Era. Okay. So the Edo era gone, so now it's the Meiji. Odo? Oh, he does that. He does the Odo thing. The sword. You should not be carrying a sword because it's because of the Abolishment Act. And that's true for those of you that are history buffs out there, and for Japanese history, after, you know, the Meiji era started, there was a rule that nobody could be allowed to carry swords unless you were a police officer or someone of high authority, right? because the samurai were basically in charge for a long time, and after gaining weapons from like Europe and tacticians, the whole civil war that was happening, it basically united Japan in all a single nation for the first time. And oh, look at that! The reverse blade. The reverse blade we're seeing right now. You can't kill anybody like that. There's no nicks in the reverse blades, any smell of blood or clouding from oil. It is good as new. That's true. You can't kill anybody with that. So it's like, I'm a Rurouni. A wanderer, for those of you that are brushing up on your Japanese, a Rurouni is a wanderer. Oh, I gave him back the sword. And then look, Himura. It's something going on that is... Oh, he's doing the speech pattern too! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at all the cops are being sliced right now. All too weak. And the strength is indeed... Dude, look how freaking huge this guy is! The Rurouni Battosai? You're fighting a wood sword with a metal sword. Come on now. Oh, she got slashed. And then we go. Himura to the rescue. You're a reckless one that you are. Rurouni. And he's now like, oh. Over there, the bandits over there. So more police are coming in. I am the Battosai. Himura Battosai, the Kamiya Kasshin-ryu. People call me Hitokiri Battosai. Ah, look at Himura's like taking her. Is like pursuing along while injured. Maybe fail. That may be. He's already claimed to be a certain sword style. Oh, that's her sword style. Remember that. The kill road crossroad Battosai. You won't catch up to him before the police start investigating us and starts running with Kaoru on tap. That's awesome, man. I love this. This is actually following a lot of the manga, so if you guys have a chance to read the manga, the big chapter 1 is pretty good. Acting master, right? Kaoru. But then look, there's no students. And he's like, oh no. We were a very small sword style to begin with. We used to have about 10 students that were working together real hard. Ah! Whispering right there. But then the guy in the crossroad started killing people. And then fearing the name of the Battosai, nobody in town wants to even come close to the dojo. And students started not even attending anymore. Even now in the Meiji Era, he's still feared by people. Why does he claim to be from the Kamiya Kasshin? Is he really the Battosai? We're about to find that out. And look, Himura, I see. But it's better if you didn't walk around at night anymore, that is. That man is far stronger than you are, Miss Kaoru. Being able to acknowledge when others are stronger than yourself is part of being a swordsman. It should be obvious how the next clash will end. The pride of the sword style is not important, though, as to risk a life to protect it. Wow. Wise words right there. The Kamiya Kasshin is a sword style my father created in the Meiji Era. After surviving the turbulence of the Bakumatsu Era, my father didn't approve of murderous swords, with the ambition of swords that give life. And he's given everything he had for 10 years. Wow. But even he sent out to the Shinton War as the Metropolitan Police Swordsman Squad, a place so distant from his own ideals that he left this world. So he died in the war. And that man claiming to be the Hitokiri Battosai uses the name Kamiya Kasshin and caused over 10 injuries and fatalities. My father's heirloom sword style idolizes life-giving sword has been tarnished and murderous. Wow. And you're merely Rurouni. She's saying, you wouldn't understand what I'm feeling. I don't know, Kaoru. If you only know. If you only knew. She's even crying. And it's like, however, in either case, with that arm, you can't make the rounds. That you cannot. It's best that you stay inside. In the first place, someone seeking a life-giving sword being unable to live her own life is no joke, that is. Besides, your late father wouldn't wish his sword style to be protected at the cost of his daughter's life. That he doesn't. And freaking Himura, man. Excuse me. Oh, I miss this guy. So this guy's a healer? You shouldn't open up to someone like that? A Rurouni is nothing more than a failure in life. Yeah, but he protected you, Kaoru. You're too nice for your own good. And he's just like, I know. So let's see what Himura's doing. He's just going out and wandering again. Like, man. Ah! Intermission. A few days later. I like that. I like that. It's so cool, man. What's going on? There's some commotion going on. I like that Japanese kanji that's out there saying like, oh, a few days later. Oh, what happened? Oh, no, no. He's like basically police brutality. Police brutality in the Meiji era. As you can see, he's disobeying the Sword Abolition Act. Oh, the dojo that he took. Oh, so it's already accusing. Oh, so you're from that sword place that, you know, is the reason for the Battosai. So what is that guy's like? Oh, he's bribing him. You saw that? And even Himura saw that. He's like, the police. And he's like, she sticks out her tongue. I was like, boo. Oh my gosh. Wow. You're still in town? Yeah. You have something to do here? No, not really. Anyway, what happened to that crossword killer case? Wants to know. They have many leads to the perpetrator. Another swordsman dojo in the neighborhood town. To be precise, it's a former dojo. Nowadays it's a hangout for gamblers and thugs. And apparently it has been samurai sword took control in 2 months ago. That guy is said to be huge, close to 6.5 feet. Bro, he's like a basketball player. The crossword killing started around 2 months ago. So Kaori's been doing some research right there. So the guy's like, I gotta prepare dinner. I gotta get going now. There's something weird, some vibes. How is that man related? Even Himura sees that right now. He's a living servant. Right after my father passed away, I found him lying on the street in front of our dojo. Nursed him back to health. He gets worried about me. He tells me I should sell the dojo. He's like, what's his background? He's like, you're too carefree, Kaoru. It's like, it's alright. It's not surprising for anyone to have one or two tales of the past that they don't want to tell anyone about. It's the same for you, right? That's why you're a Rurouni? And he's like, he's smiling. You are correct that you are. Oh, Kaori's inviting Himura to stay in her place. It's like, no, I got errands to run. What happened? There's something else? Oh, why is she being shy? The other day, because he saved her. I didn't have a chance to say thank you for saving me. And saying that you're merely a Rurouni. Oh, she's like fidgeting. I'm sorry. Oh, she's like, do you have a fever? I'm making an effort to apologize here. Oh, that's what it was. Rurouni do not care about little things. You shouldn't worry about them either, Miss Kaori. That you shouldn't. Oh, he's a goat, man. That's why he's a samurai goat. What errands does he have? A dojo in the neighborhood town. No wonder I couldn't find them when I searched this town. Oh, so he's doing his investigating on himself. And also, Tenamo! Tenamo! That's pardoning me. That's excuse me. I'm learning more Japanese. You're the leader of this place? Mr. Himura is not here right now. Come back. Oh, so his name is Himura, that is. I totally assumed his name was Crossword Killer Battosai. Oh, so he infiltrated that. See, Miss Kaori had good read about this place that she did. So now he's being surrounded. You think that's wise against, you know who? The goat of samurais? There's a reason why he got that cross scar cheek right there, man. Not for his cute looks. but because he's the GOAT. That's something about that guy. Again, showing some really bad vibes right now. Really weird vibes. Bad guy vibes. Oh, he completed the paperwork? He just needs her stamp to sell the land? With that, this land and estate will become ours? Oh! Himura was right! Himura Gohei? His little brother? If you're doing it, do it legally. That's my motto. Oh gosh. But since you caught on my brother's true identity, I couldn't keep saying that. Playing the role of a good-natured old man to gain your trust. Wow, so he's been planning it from the beginning. Wow, so it was already a plan from the beginning, trying to get her estate. Using the Hitokiri Battosai name worked well in our favor, too. Despite the fact that he's a legendary manslayer, whose existence is dubious at best. So the Western relation policy? So they're trying to get some money from the land, too. Dude, that guy's huge. Your mission is the life-giving sword. Why didn't you try saving yourself with it first? Oh, he stopped it with his hand right there. Oh, man, she's in trouble. Oh, just shattered that sword that hit her arm right there. Maybe broke her arm. That's the true nature of a swordsman for nature and killing? Oh, that's how you deal with the blood? Oh, look who's there. He's strong. Oh, look who's there, the GOAT. The Rurouni. Sorry I'm late. I heard the entire story. You mouth off about life-giving swords just like the girl does? No. Swords are weapons. Swordsmanship means murder. No matter how you sugarcoat it or lofty ideals, that is the truth. He knows that. His background. Miss Kaori talks all sweet, naive, spoken only to those who have never had blood on their hands that she has. But in the face of such an awful truth, I much prefer Miss Kaori's naive lies than I do. That I do. I wish that her lie could become truth of this world. Ah, he's such a softie. You think you could beat the Battosai, man? I don't want recklessly hurt anybody. If you don't want to get to the doctor, retreat. He's gonna get it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do the thing. Bam! Dude, he is hitting some. One swing takes down 4 and 5 at once. Dude, look at that. That's not sorcery. That's speed. Swordsman speed. Speed of posture. Movements. Dude, he is hitting. Making full force of type of speed. Simultaneously taking down multiple opponents with minimal movement. Yep. I forgot to mention one thing. The sword of the Hitokiri Battosai is not Kamiya Kasshin. It's an ancient sword style that roots from the Sengoku era. The sword style name, Hitokiri Battosai. Yes! Excels in one versus many. And it's lethal. It's a murderous sword, a godly speed that is. So that means, yep, he's Hitokiri the Battosai. You were holding back against me. Unlike you, I don't like to be violent that much. Yep. But now I'm thinking I should have slammed you back then. That's right. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what you got. Nope. Disappeared. Over here, on the top. And look at that. Look right there. Boom! It's him right in his head. I have no remorse nor attachment to the name Battosai. Even that I cannot hand down to someone like you. And now this guy. So you were the mastermind. You're not gonna go off so easy. Oh, look at that. Look at his eyes. His eyes right there. And he just passed out. And he pissed himself. And he just destroyed everything. Oh my gosh. And he just threw it. Bam. Miss Carrie, I'm sorry that I am. I have no intention of fooling you or hiding anything. But if I could help it, I would like not to talk about this, that I would. Pardon me, farewell. He's like, hold on. You expect me to bring the sword style back and running all by myself? Can you give me a helping hand? It's just like, I'm not like, I don't care about your past. It's a chance to clear your name. If the real Battosai were to linger, I'm not saying I want the Battosai to stay here. I want Rurouni to be here. Fine, I want you to go. Just go. Oh. But at least, can you tell me your name before you go? Battosai is your past warrior's name, yeah. Or do you want to not tell me your real name? He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. He's waiting. Kenshin. Oh, he closed the doors. Kenshin Himura. That is my current name, that is. I'm a bit tired of traveling. As a Rurouni, I don't know when I will wander to the next place. That's fine with you. I will stay here for the time being. Aw, it's so cute. The beginning of the heroic tale. In the 11th year of the Meiji in downtown Tokyo, it began with the arrival of the Rurouni Kenshin Himura. And just hold on a minute. If you're worried back in the Bakumatsu Era, how exactly are you? Oh, you possibly over 30 with that face? Oh no? That's what she's thinking. Oh, she's like, how do you look so young? That's awesome. It's like, if you were there during that time, you must be over 30, right? I'm like, oh, here we go. I guess she wants answers, right? She wants those answers, and I don't think there's gonna be something shown at the end. No, I don't think so, but it's hilarious. Like, that was the next question that Kaoru was gonna ask Kimura. It's like, wait a minute. It's like, if you were alive during those wars, does that mean you're over 30? It's like, with a face like that, it's like, because I guess he looks young, right? But he probably was fighting, people at a young age. For those of you that have read the manga and also have watched Samurai X as well, you know, if you know, right? But again, not to give too much information, what do I think about the first episode? I like it. I like the fact that it actually is different from the past anime in the 90s, because again, the 90s anime, it did take parts of the manga, but it kind of made it its own because there was other characters that weren't even involved in the manga. So I have a feeling this one is going to follow the manga maybe to the point, but have liberties here and there. But overall, it's for people that even if you don't know, the story of Kenshin, the Battosai, the manslayer, you could still enjoy it. Like, it's not a something that you have to read something and then you have to catch up. No, you could still do it within your own right. You shouldn't have any problem whatsoever, right? But overall, what do I think of the anime? I think overall it's really cool. It honors the manga. It honors the story. I kind of wish that they did the same thing they did with the other anime, which at the very beginning it kind of told you maybe like a little history of Japan at the time. I think that would have been really cool, just to like tie in everything, like maybe saying, oh, at the year of this year, there were different factions and samurai factions that were fighting against each other. And then when the ships arrived, Commander Perry ships from the United States in Tokyo Bay, that basically opened up the world, forced Japan to open its borders to the rest of the world, because they saw that, you know, when Perry came, for those of you that want a little bit of history but not too much, when he came to Japan in Tokyo Bay the first time, he basically said, open your doors to the rest of the world. And people in Japan at the time said, no, we're not going to open. And it's like, okay, well, next time when I do come back, I'm going to bring even more ships, even more soldiers with more guns, and you're going to see what's happened. They thought he was bluffing, Commander Perry. So he came back with more guns, and they see these freaking, ship fortresses with huge guns, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're really behind right now, because this period of isolation in Japan really is gonna be our downfall, because Japan knew exactly what's happening in the rest of the world. They weren't blind to what was happening. They knew what was happening in China, in the Philippines, in Taiwan, in Southeast Asia, and they called it Indochina, back in the day, right? So they knew that a lot of Asian countries were being colonized. The only Asian country that wasn't being colonized was Japan, because they had that isolation policy. But they said, how long can we keep this isolation policy? They're not going to keep it up that much, right? So they're saying, like, yeah, we need to open our doors now and have a centralized Japan instead of these factions. So, because the samurai used to take over everything, because even they used to have, like, sort of like an emperor type of thing, but he didn't have that much power. It was the samurai that did. So, now I think it was called the daimyo, I believe, that took control of everything in the samurai. So it erupted into a civil war, and Battosai, Himura, Kenshin was on the side of the revolutionaries. They wanted to be the people that said, you know what, we don't need any more samurais. I've seen what samurais are capable of, and we need a centralized Japan that could maybe have a new age of peace. That was the idea, right? So that falls into place. I kind of wish it had that, but for those of you that are interested, I highly suggest you read a little bit of that history. But overall, back to the anime, I love it. It's really cool. It's it's violent, I can tell you that, and they do not shy away from the slashes and stuff. They're just as good like it was like in the 90s anime, and even in the manga as well. So, but yeah, I think that was like the only thing that I kind of wish they did at the beginning of the episode. They kind of give you like a history lesson way, and how it ties it with the current situation that we're seeing at the moment in Japan in the Meiji era, and what they're trying to accomplish, right? But I think it does a decent job so far, but I think this will be really good for new fans, and I think it's a treat for old fans as well, like myself, that have grew up watching all of the Rurouni Kenshin anime back in the day. But what about you guys? What did you guys think of the anime? Are you guys interested? Are you going to be watching it? What was your favorite part? Write your comments below. And if you like the content of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification so you know when future videos are available. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and join me for episode 2 next time. All right, everyone. Stay awesome.